All right, we are live.
Hey.
You good?
What up?
You good?
I'm fucking great, bro.
Here we go. Yo, what up? This is the motherfucking Beat Table with LLY, where we interview producers and beat makers and find out why they do what they do. And today, we changed it up.
Hey.
Today, we are at Retro and Cartagena's studio.
Yeah, we play by our own rules. Yeah.
They said, we ain't gonna do shit until you come over here.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, say less shit.
I'm on house arrest, so I can't go too far from the pad, you know?
Why you lying? He's on house arrest. Cartagena's on house arrest.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he looks like the crazy one.
Yep.
It's the quiet ones you gotta watch out for.
Exactly. That's why I put a college sweater on. No one wears a college sweater, bro. You know what I mean? Community college.
Hey, that's suspect as fuck.
Like, oh yeah, I'm a learned man.
All right, so introduce yourselves, por favor, please.
Hey, I'm Retro the Robot. Yeah, for sure. And this is...
I'm Carl Cartagena, part of other half of Retro and Cartagena.
Yeah, there it is.
That's
Hell
us.
Yeah. That and like every other producer and beat maker that I've met, I've met them once, and it was very briefly, and I enjoyed a show that they did at Soul Clap. Big up to Ero. And
what up?
Their set was amazing.
Oh, thank you, man.
And I was like, yo, I got to interview these guys.
For sure.
I definitely got to interview these guys because, you know, when you find something great, you got to know why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You got to know why. Why,
It's a compliment,
what, how, and why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
the who, what, how, and when, how, all that. We'll answer all the W's.
But, so, where are you guys from?
We're going to start.
Oh, I grew up out in Pomona, California. Been
okay.
out there for, most of my life. And then I just moved out to Santa Monica like last 10 years ago. I've been out here for like the last 10 years. But yeah, born and raised
Last
LA.
10 years. Yeah, last
Pomona.
10 years. He's Santa Monica, yeah.
And Retro?
Fancy, look at that.
Represent.
Hey, he's out there, bro. He's out there. I'm from Huntington Park originally, but I'm a bit of a Rolling Stone, so grew up in Huntington Park, lived in Anaheim for a couple years after the riots, 93 riots, 4 riots, whatever. And then moved to Downey. That's where I spent my wonder years, like middle school and high school years. And then a little bit of everywhere after that, ending up in Inglewood. That's where I live now.
Damn.
Yeah. But I lived in Chicago, DC area, Bay Area. Yeah.
But your definite stomping grounds is Los Angeles.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Born and raised. Absolutely. Hometown.
Yeah. And so Cartagena, what was it like growing up in Pomona? Like what was your childhood and teenage years like right there?
Oh, it's just a quiet area. It's like a suburb. There's like nothing much happening out there. But what was it? I did violin and piano when I'm the typical Asian life story. It's like whenever you meet like an Asian person that grew up during that time, it's like we had to pick either a violin or a piano.
And he did both.
But I did both, so it's like
overachiever, bro.
It became like a thing. It's like my parents would put me. I was like, hey, you got to play the violin for someone because I was like 4 years old, and then I was like learning all these things. Like, yeah, it looks amazing when you're a child, but that's what we had to do. But that's my first foray into music. Yes.
Nice. And what about like your teenage years? Where did that, you know?
I think I only did like lessons and stuff for like 10 years, and then after that I got into beat making, which is I got into FL Studio 2.5 when it was like when you had to get it off of a CD from like one of those British magazines at the Barnes and Noble. That was the craziest thing. It's like I would never see any like stuff like that, but I saw it at the Barnes and Noble. It's like that's just mine now. It's like they don't have to have it. It was like pardon my stuff, but I stole that shit. Yes, but it was all demos. It's like they were all free stuff that you could find on the internet. But like the download speed was super slow back then, so of course I'm just gonna fucking just get that. Yeah,
for sure.
But that was my start into beat making.
Nice. And Retro?
Yeah. How was growing up?
How was growing up in Southern California?
Interesting. Yeah. I have maybe a little bit different of an upbringing for sure. Like I grew up in rougher areas of LA, you know, like where you would get hit up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, visiting my grandma, like, where you from, fool? and just to get intimidated and stuff like that. So I grew up in a little bit of that kind of environment. I think I was a pretty crazy kid in that sense. Like I got my first job at 13, so I had my own like little money since then. I used to take the bus out from Downey to Florence in Vermont and work at a carpet store across the street from the Church's Chicken over there, and hang out in South Central. And that's when I started making music when I was 13. That's when I joined my first band with my cousin. He lived in South Central off of Miramani and Gage by the train tracks. And I found like an outlet for like a lot of my like misplaced feelings. I was kind of an angry kid. Yeah, I have complex PTSD from literally.
Yeah.
I'm diagnosed with complex PTSD from some of the traumatic things that happened to me as a kid. And so I channel a lot of that energy into a couple things, humor and music.
Yeah.
And my first music I made was not like hip hop, even though I loved hip hop ever since I can remember. Like, ever since I actually heard probably Dre Day, like the video, seeing that when I was 7, like kind of changed my trajectory. Him having the 64 Impala, all that kind of shit, like changed my mind. But what made me want to make music, I think, is more the outlet form of it, which is like I could put my feelings that might be ugly into something not ugly.
Yeah.
Or if it is ugly, it's expressive still, you know? And so the first music I made was like metal music and heavy music and that kind of stuff. I used to play backyard shows all around South Central and Southgate and Lakewood and Downey and everywhere. For a couple bucks, you know? And then
Like
ever since then,
boogie, huh?
ever since then, I just always had a itch to make or do something creative, music, comedy, or otherwise, for sure.
Man, that's dope. And
Yeah.
and you know, growing up in your guys' neighborhoods, what was like your guys' families like? Like, did you guys have a big family like surrounding, or was it a small family? Like,
He's got a humongous family. We're
I have a very big family, yeah. I think my dad was like youngest of 8, and then one of his brothers, like me,
youngest of 8,
like, was one of 8 too. So
Yeah.
it's like I think I have 34 first cousins, and then all of them have kids now. So it's like our family's enormous. Yeah.
And are you guys still like close?
Yeah, it's like we're first generation that was born here. It's like our parents were the ones that immigrated here from the Philippines. So it's like it's a lot of people.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
His dad's name is the best. His dad's name is Claro.
Oh yeah, Claro.
Claro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Claro
Oh,
que
like
sí.
claro, like the color?
Like of course.
Yeah, Claro que
Oh,
sí.
like claro que sí.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My family, my mom was born in Mexico. She came here when she was 8 by herself. I only say that because anytime I complained about anything, like she'd go like, "Hey, I
She
came,
let you know.
I crossed to Yuma by myself." And
At 8 years old.
Yeah, and I was like, back then they didn't even like check for passports and nothing like that. Like you just cross the gate. Like, come on now, calm down. But either way, my mom is from soy chihuahuense, from Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Ciudad Chihuahua. So she's from there. My grandparents are from also Chihuahua. My dad was born in LA General, but all of his family's from Mexico too, same state. So we're all norteños in that way. But I grew up the oldest. I always call myself a prom souvenir. Yeah, my parents had me when they were 17. So I'm a prom souvenir in that regard. And so I grew up like with kind of meager beginnings, and then I have a younger sister that's 5 years younger. My younger brother is coming tonight for WrestleMania. He's 10 years younger, so we're all 5 years apart. So we grew up with that, but I grew up with my cousins being my first friends.
So you're the oldest?
I'm the oldest, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, I'm
you
the
look
oldest.
young as fuck.
Oh, man. Thank you.
You're
That's my
the
parents.
old youngest.
My brother and sister call me their little big brother because I'm not the biggest fella. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, I grew up with my cousins being my first friends. So I have a lot more memories like of doing stuff and having adventures with them at my Lita's house and HP, you know.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful thing, dog.
Yeah.
Like
cousins are always your first best friends.
Yeah, that's how it was for me. It was the same exact thing. Like I have this conversation with everybody all the time. Like I grew up with my cousins.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like those were the homies. Those were like who I relied on, and and was looking forward to see like every fucking weekend.
Yeah, we go to my abuelita's house to congregate there and go rent movies that we shouldn't. They would
rated X. You're like, that one's cool.
They had 3 for $5, and so we would rate like Ninja Turtles for the daytime, and then my grandparents would go see like a 10. It's like, all right, it's time, bro. It's time to get into those.
Did you rewind it?
It's time to get that Chi movie out, bro. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's fucking hilarious, dude. I think being privileged with that and having the benefits of having your family around is a beautiful thing because not a lot of people are fortunate to have that. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I wish they were. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool, man. That's dope that you guys had your family around and shit.
For sure.
Who would you say growing up got you involved in music? If there was anybody that did.
Oh, well, for me it was like I was always listening to Michael Jackson. That was like the biggest thing for me. Like that Dangerous album that I later found out Teddy Riley produced. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, you're a big Teddy Riley guy.
And then what led into like me getting into the Neptunes is like who made all these like crazy ass tracks from like '96 to like now. It's like it's been the Neptunes. Like Pharrell and Chad Hugo. It's like that was my biggest influence and why I even wanted to start making beats. I was like, it was so simple. They had maybe 4 sounds. And that's all you needed to make like these big ass fucking $1 million songs. Back then, it's like the early 2000s. Producers were making like 1 to 2 million per track.
Dope as shit.
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy. Now people are making like what 5-7 grand per track, and then there's still like all these other bullshit. But it's
a whole lot of traffic.
It's not
on
like
the
it used to be.
Exactly.
It's not like it used to be. But that's what really got me into it.
Yeah. For me, like in music in general, what got me into that, like my family in general puts music on for everything. Like a lot of Mexicano, Chicano family, like when we clean, we put on music. When we celebrate, we put on music. When people are around, put on music. Yeah. And so that's
like
all.
When I came today, you had music.
I had music on. That's they. They walk by, they're like, that's a house with the good music. He'll tell you, like, when we have a barbecue, everybody knows, like, oh, you always got good music or whatever. Like, always put. And that makes my heart warm, bro. Like, that's a reflection of my family. Because we put music for everything. You pick your soundtrack for life.
Yeah.
And so I grew up with Kool and the Gang and Motown and Rick James and Earth, Wind and Fire. And then my mom kind of also likes like Luis Miguel, but also she likes Van Halen. And my dad, growing up was a little opposite of his brothers. So he grew up and it was part of this group called the Stoners or whatever. And I mean, obviously I've rubbed off a little bit. A little bit. But he listened to Led Zeppelin and AC/DC and Black Sabbath. And so I had like all these kind of dynamic, different kind of ranges of music to draw inspiration from. And I think because I always had like a mentor or like someone showing me cool stuff, I got into music early. Like I told you, I started listening to like Snoop and Dr. Dre when I was 7. Yeah. And like I picked it. Yeah. And then, but also alongside that, Green Day. I really liked that band Green Day as a kid. When the album Duke came out, I had a cousin that was a skater. Yeah. And stuff like that. So I liked what I liked, you know what I mean? Yeah, and all that kind of spun into like well, here's what I make. And I've been trying to do that ever since. As far as a producer though, there's a couple random ones. Like DJ Quick is one of my all-time favorite producers. Like anything that he makes or produces or is a part of, I mean, he's undercredited. I think he doesn't get his roses. Like he's part of so many big fucking tracks.
I think it's because people in LA only know about him. I talk to people that are from like what is it, like North Carolina. They have never heard of DJ Quick,
but like they heard his records, one way or another, for sure.
It blew my mind. I was like, oh, I guess he might just be like an LA person.
Yeah,
kind of deal. Yeah.
We love him here for sure, and he's putting out his 10th album soon, actually. So a little plug for that. That might be his final, but. on the other side, I like folks like Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails, like
Yeah.
studio rats. I like
Yeah.
studio rats. People that just stay in there locked in and just Alchemist and folks that just like that's what they do.
Alchemist is killing it right now, bro.
Oh, bro, yeah. Madlib,
Yeah.
like folks like that, like they just stay
Active.
in the studio.
Yeah,
I mean,
stay
of course, everyone will say Jay Dilla and stuff like that. Jay Dilla, but Premier, like I even watch all of his little bits on YouTube where he goes over the samples and stuff
Exactly.
like that. I fucking geek out.
Disc.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He still has the floppies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that series. But anyone that geeks out like that and shows you how they make it, gives you the recipe, I kind of like have a soft spot for.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's dope, dude. Like, you know, like all those influences and I think a lot of families like been doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like especially in our era.
Yeah.
Like our parents were always fucking listening to music or putting their kids into some kind of instrumentation or you know what I'm saying?
I think that's super awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's dope, dude. And that's exactly why like I wanted to do the beat table because I want people to know like it's more than just like, oh yeah, I started making beats and I make beats and now I do this. Like nah, it's way more than that, dude, because just like any other artist, dude, like there's a whole story behind of this beat making shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. How did you come up with Retro the Robot?
Man, I've had that handle. Like I'm a computer nerd, so I started learning computer stuff. I learned how to build web pages when I was 13. I taught myself HTML, and I always liked retro things, but I also like future things. So I say I'm Retro the Robot because I'm where the past meets the present, or past meets the future in the present. And I think I even thought that then, which is like I'm a little old timey. There's a lot of aspects of me that's old man, but I like tech stuff and I understand that kind of stuff. And so I made that name when I was like 14. Retro the Robot. It used to be my AOL Instant Messenger name, bro.
No way. Retro the Robot at AOL.com?
Yeah, so that's how far back that one goes. That goes back to, you kids don't understand that one. That's a...
Just waiting for that fucking that shit to load up.
You don't even understand the pay. I couldn't even afford AOL. I had net zero. You know what I mean? That's a deep cut.
Damn.
Juno online. That's an even deeper cut.
You needed the crack.
So
that you could
Give her the
bypass
ads.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You would just bypass it, capture the thing, and then you would go.
You don't know
straight to
nothing
tell
about
them
that, kiddos. That's that piracy. But that's what I also got me into music too. Is having so just like he might have stole something, I stole it in a different way.
Yeah.
I had Fruit Loops and all that kind of stuff when I was 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just doing an update. Look at him. Never stops working.
It doesn't take like fucking an hour. Fuck this.
Yeah. He's a consummate professional. Always working, bro.
I love it.
That's why I
Hey,
love him.
that's why, you know, that's why you gotta have somebody good like that around.
That's why we'll always be on top of our shit forever.
Hell yeah. So what about you, Cartagena? Where'd you come up with that name? How did it come about?
I mean, that's a little easier.
Well, that's just like my last name is like.
Oh, really?
But I used to go by like a lot of things. Like as a producer, I think it was like Ice House Industries from back in the days. Like that's what it was like a random ass fucking name that I just had like in high school.
Why Ice House Industries?
This is a random ass thing. It's like
that sounds like you own the Ice House in Pasadena.
So back in the day, it's like what is it? About early 2000s. There was like a bunch of skateboard brands. There's like something industries
World
or
Industries.
something industries. I was like, all right, I'll just fucking put something like that. It's like I just had this weird ass name. It was weird, yes.
How industrious of you, bro.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurial.
I would have took a math serious.
Ice House Industries. Oh, I love it.
So when I went to beat battles, my name was Ice House Industries. They're like people would call me Ice. It's like this is a weird ass name.
Ice is cool. I like Ice for you.
I don't know. It's like
I never.
So your last name's Cartagena.
Cartagena, yeah.
Oh, Cartagena.
Yeah.
Cartagena, like henna art. Huh?
Yeah, you could roll the R's, but it's like I'll do it with
Cartagena.
my accent, by Cartagena kind of.
Yeah, Cartagena. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's that Pomona accent. That's how they talk out there.
P-Town?
Yeah, P-Town, baby. Sugar free.
Hey, that fool. And Sugar Free and DJ Quick, right?
No, DJ Quick's from Compton.
Who else is from Pomona?
Pomona.
Sugar Shane Mosley?
Sugar Shane.
it was,
all the sugars are from there.
All the Somebody else, I can't remember.
No, there's someone else from there. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So, what do you guys use? Only DAWs, or do you guys use machines as well?
I mean, we have, analog kind of stuff too, but I would say that we kind of stay in the DAW. We actually use we use machine, literally the software machine.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
But I think we stay mainly in the box in that sense. But you see instruments over here, and from time to time we'll pull them in and plug them in. That's another actually production goal for this year, alongside lyricism. Is I want to I used to play guitar and bass, and I should do more of that. Why not? It should be another one of my voices,
And what's your preferred?
Just like everything in there. It's like I saw what it was like to like set up like outboard hardware. It's a pain in the fucking ass. It's like you have to do recall, you have to do all this shit. It's like it sucks. I fucking hate that.
He knows how to do all of it though. Is the more important part. Like, so I think it translates to this. Like when we have routing issues here, this fool is one of the most efficient engineers. Tell him your tip about shortcuts.
Oh yeah. If you wanted to learn shortcuts like on like any DAW or any software,
this guy's a fucking master.
Just learn one shortcut a week, and then at that level, you're gonna be like on another level, like super crazy fast. Like even in maybe like Adobe Premiere, or if you're doing like editing in Final Cut Pro, just learn one shortcut a week, just one, and then you're gonna be a crazy pro in like no time.
That's one of Carl's nuggets of wisdom. If you learn one thing, you'll see him later. He just is efficient, bro. He moves fast, and everything's in the keyboard. I fucking love to see it. Damn. It's an art, bro, for sure.
You just get used to it. It's like if you have to move quick, it's like fuck, you have to like do all this shit.
There you go. If you want to be quicker, learn a shortcut a week. That's straight from Carl.
Just one.
Fuck that. We're gonna start a show with Carl. And
Carl's engineering.
We're gonna charge you motherfuckers $19.99 an hour.
Masterclass.
Oh, just put it on the YouTube and get the subscription and get the views.
There you go.
See, he already has the monetization plan.
Just get the views.
He's on it.
You just need the views.
We're about to make money off you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So as far as like you guys named like all these beat makers that have influenced you guys and musicians and all that, who would be a producer or a beat maker that you would want to work with, like on a wish list?
Oh, I've always wanted to work with Pharrell. That would have been cool. And Kanye. Like, I copied a lot of my work ethic when I was just on my own, like making beats. Like, that was my whole deal. Like, I dropped out of college and wanted to make beats like full time. So it's like, I saw what Kanye was doing. He was like, he would make 5 beats a day, every day, and then they would maybe work with like 2 or 3, but then it's just like numbers. It's like you don't know what's gonna be good, you don't know who's gonna make like use what.
Yeah.
But just that kind of work ethic made so much sense to me. I was like, yeah, just fucking keep making it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kanye and
Pharrell.
Those would be the best. Or if you know this guy Max Martin, he's the guy that did all the pop songs for the last 40 years. He's, I don't know, you gotta look him up. It's crazy if you look at all the pop music for the last 40 years. That guy has had a hand in everything.
Yeah.
Dang.
Max
that
Martin.
guy is the biggest one.
Max Martin. I'm gonna have to look him up.
You should look it up. It's very chaotic. Yeah.
And what about you?
If I can work with anybody, I would honestly be really curious about what a person like Rick Rubin like contributes to a session, just because I want to see because he's got something. Like, I hear the output, you know what I mean? And people accredit him for things. So I'm just really curious, because he's self-admittedly like, I don't know how to work a board. I don't do this and that. It's like, so I want to see what you do because he adds value in some way.
Somehow, yeah.
And I want to see that, because it's been on a variety of records, from System of a Down to like the early Def Jam records.
Beastie Boys.
I'm a huge Beastie Boy fan.
Yeah.
Just because they're just weirdos. I like them.
When I first started hearing the beats he was making for Beastie Boys, I was like, damn, he's on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing like Pharrell and Kanye, because Kanye is one of my favorite producers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I like him as a producer more than a rapper, or how controversial that is. But yeah, it's true.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I enjoy seeing Kanye YouTube videos where he's making beats or presenting beats.
Yeah.
Than me watching his music video of him like doing a song, I'm like,
When he did that Portishead sample on the interview, I was like, that was my shit.
Portishead is one of my favorite groups too.
That was one of my favorite interviews ever.
Yeah.
Trip hop is an underrated and underappreciated genre. If you haven't looked or listened to that kind of stuff, trip hop is great. UK dark, hip hop, I guess.
So, if you don't mind talking about it,
Oh, what's up?
like what you have done in the past, like we're talking about like Interscope and all that. So, if you don't mind, we can talk about that and see like what you've done right there. To it. Obviously, you've advanced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a long time ago. Like I dropped out of college to make it like a real thing, like to really go deep into like music. So I started interning at this artist management label, Silverback Artist Management. They manage Sublime, like Pepper, Tiger Stupid, a bunch of reggae bands, and Fishbone. That was some crazy shit. Yeah. But working for them was very interesting. Like, got to see all kinds of stuff, like firsthand how the labels run and how.
That's why you don't mind my weed at all, right? Because
I've been around weed
with all those artists. Goddamn. Sorry to cut you off.
I've been around weed forever.
Yeah, apparently not. Yeah.
I saw that, but I just kept going, just like interning. Eventually met a few people that worked at studios, like on the west side, and then at Threshold Sound over there with Pete Barker. I was like, hey, it's like they were doing stuff over there. I was like, got to check out with Todd Bergman. He's still out there, but
check out Bergman.
Yeah, Bergman's great.
He's still working.
But eventually, I was producing, like making beats, like for them a little bit, and then got a way into Interscope over there in Santa Monica, and that was pretty cool. I worked there for 2 years, and then a little bit after that, I started working for Aftermath as one of their assistant engineers, and later as one of their engineers. There was 4 of us there as engineers. A lot of work, a lot of work, but it was able to work on so many records that haven't gotten released, but was able to get on that last Compton album that.
The one with Dr. Dre?
Yeah, with Dre. That was some cool shit.
Well, Dre's a perfectionist, so that's why you might hear more about the work and less about the release.
Oh, yeah.
But perfectionism,
But it's cool.
His record stands, so
got to see some cool shit.
Yeah, that was a good album. I expected a little bit more.
I don't know. Everybody was talking about it. It's like,
because they waited for
wait.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
The longer you wait, the higher the expectation.
Yeah.
He released a lot of like stuff that I worked on. Like there's like a lot of stuff that I used to play, like that got released in the last few years. Some of it made it onto that video game, the Rockstar games.
Oh yeah, he had the DLC kind of.
I mean, no matter what, I think he's an amazing, beat maker and artist and all that. And
for sure.
I mean, anything he puts out is fucking platinum. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it doesn't even matter what I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a legend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
everyone got an opinion though, so it's okay to share it.
So you going for working for being involved in that time, and now you're with Retro the Robot. Like, I'm pretty sure you've brought like so much to teach him.
1000%.
Oh yeah, for the mixing mostly.
Yeah. I was like,
I always am curious though, like, because he does and has worked with a bunch of people. Like, it's like, well, why? What's it about our collaboration? Because he is. I mean, I've heard he's picky when I meet his friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'd never worked with anybody before, and I fucking hate working with other people.
Yeah.
It becomes like a pain in the ass.
I'm fucking pretty charming is maybe part of it. I'm just saying. Not to put words in his mouth.
it's got to be something because Carl's pretty chill.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty chill. But
Carl's pretty chill.
He holds a high bar though, and that's what I appreciate. Like, that's what I learned too. Like, you'll see later as well when we make some music. We run stuff efficiently and we speak shorthand. Yeah. And so it's almost like, speaking about WrestleMania, it's like a tag team. We know when to tap into each other. And it just flows. You know what I mean? And it feels easy. Like, that's why I love working with him.
You know what's the best part of a relationship is communication.
Oh yeah.
If if we communicate,
Yeah,
there's not going to be no problems.
for sure.
But if there's no communication within the circle,
Yeah,
then that's where shit starts. Like, well, I thought, well, how come you didn't? Well, how come you didn't? Well, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if there's like a massive amount of communication, like never ending, then it's like, where can you bump heads?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think we articulate our vision very well, and we plan for things. So like that means a constant kind of stream of communication.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll text each other thoughts and like, oh, what about this or this, and like, I think we have that. But you mentioned the main part, like, Carl is fucking chill, so
Yeah.
I have to imagine you have to be kind of a fucking butthole to get on the wrong side of him. You know what I mean? And
I would not want to be on the wrong side of Carl.
But I feel like you would have to bring it out of him. You know what I mean? So I just try not to be a butthole.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that makes things easy.
But
too.
but even though like I can tell like you're super energetic.
Yeah.
And some people could take it like you're probably trying to be that person, but you're not. You're just You're just high energetic. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I am.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people be like, "Well, you look mad." I'm like, "But I'm not. I'm just always like fucking ready to go." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad. I'm the
motivated.
most kindest person that you could meet.
Yeah.
You know, but like I'm just always at 100. Like I'm just always at 100. You know, and Carl just stays at 100. Like.
Yeah.
He's
locked in.
Yeah, he's locked in, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's
like,
Iceman, right?
Yeah. Ice House.
Yeah, he's Ice House. He's locked in.
Yeah, but and that's the cool thing about your guys' your guys' collective, you know, is that, you know, you guys are very well put, you know what I'm saying? And you've had your, you know, your history, and he's had his history.
Yeah.
And have you worked for any labels or anything like that, or you've just been independent like the whole time?
No, independent the whole time. I actually owned a small label with the homie in Sicily. I owned a small remix label called BeatMakers City. Mm-hmm. But in Italy and in Sicily, what's really big out there is like even taking 50s and 60s records and remixing those. And that'll fucking fill a whole dance floor. Damn. So that label is more built off remixing very specific genres of music, but normally like 50s, 60s, 70s track, but it might be samba music, it might be like a Motown record, but never was signed to anything or nothing like that. Just always made music. I had a song on UK radio with that label.
No way.
I did a remix of the song Barbecue from Wendy Carlton, the one that says, it's the B-side to the record from After Laughter Comes Tears. It's
from Wu-Tang.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
The B-side of that record I made a remix of, and it was on this.
I fucking love that
BBC,
sample, dude.
Yeah, fucking great sample. The B-side record is a upbeat song about barbecuing and having a good ass time. it's such a fucking weird transition, but yeah, that was on BBC One or whatever the fuck over there. Yeah,
that's dope.
Nothing noteworthy or even in the hip hop arena. I just like making music, you know.
Yeah,
I love hip hop. Don't get me wrong, but I like to make people dance and move too, just in general.
Yeah. So what would you guys say makes your beats unique?
Oh man, I would love to hear Carl's answer on that.
Ours are very unique. I'll say that. We don't really have a focus on anything. It's so when we make tracks, like I don't really say that it should be like this or it should be like anything. We just like it's fucking fine. It's like sometimes you just want to make a beat just for the sake of making a beat.
Yeah.
Like you just like we don't have a goal. It's like as long as it's cool and we just start somewhere, even with like a BPM. That's fucking it.
Yeah.
You don't really need anything. Otherwise, it's fucking arbitrary.
Yeah, I agree.
And then we could just turn it into whatever we want after it starts. We're like, all right, the train is moving this way, but we could drive it to anywhere we want.
Yeah. And we reset tracks and reused, like, we've redone sessions and, like, pulled out the maximum value of what we think is there and made various versions of the same track. I like that. I like that there's no judgment. Yeah. Like, you won't ever hear us say something negative to each other when we're producing. Like, that's fucking whack. Or like that fight doesn't exist here. Yeah. Because then you can't be vulnerable. Yeah. Then you can't just bring out shit that you might like, well, I have this little thing in my pocket, or this idea might be a little weird. nobody should express it.
Yeah.
We'll
Like,
just put it out there.
We just put it out there,
Yeah.
and if it don't work, it don't work, and if it does, it's awesome.
Because we still got to arrange it. It's like, is this gonna work? It's like we'll have all these pieces. It's like,
Yeah.
and when we put it together, it's like, is
Exactly.
This gonna
Why
work out?
prejudge something up front?
We'll
when
see
they're-
it at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now more than ever, I think people appreciate iteration. I think folks, like artists like Kanye, prove it where folks want to hear every version of it. They might even have their favorite version of it.
Exactly.
And they want to be brought along for the process.
Yeah.
And so we don't judge the process. We don't judge that there might be another iteration that might be better in it. We want to get our best out or whatever we're trying to get out today. But tomorrow brings something. There is no perfect.
Yeah.
There's perfect for that one moment.
Yeah.
And then you're going to think of something that you're like, I should have did the mix this. I should have brought the bass drum here. I should have blah, 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 blah. Like, don't aim for perfect. Aim for authentic and honest, you know?
If you really want to know what the timeline for our beats is like we probably spend maximum 1 hour on one beat.
Yeah.
And then it's mixed in 30 minutes after that. And it's fucking already on Spotify.
If you guys already like have been 2 hours on a beat, do you just
we're never on 2 hours on beat. It's always less than an hour.
That's dope.
I think it's that quick. I think it combats the thing that he has a fear of too, which is he don't like to sit on tracks and not release things.
Yeah.
And again, we could always release another version.
Yeah.
And so I think that's unique about us too, which is we shipped 46, 47 tracks last year on Spotify.
52.
Oh, 52. Yeah. Oh, a track a week. We make 6 demos a week.
Dang.
And 2 sessions a week. And so...
But we have a bunch of stuff that's not released.
Well,
so
that's
the
what
ones
this whole column is.
we have shit. Well, these are the best out of like, we have a lot.
Yeah. We made over together 250 songs probably in 3 years.
Yeah, we're pretty efficient. And we only meet like once a week. So it's
Twice a week.
3 hours.
But within that time, you guys are on it. Yeah, you guys are on it. That's how me and my homie are.
Yeah.
My partner, big ups to Madways. We connect every Friday, but on that Friday,
it happens.
Yeah.
Balls to the wall, bro.
Yeah.
Like we're in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're like,
no,
you know,
we're locked in.
That's dope.
And if it's fun, that's the main part too. Like, I don't think if it wasn't fun, then like we've been doing it for years now.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I have fun. I like making them laugh. You know.
Well, that's what Drake says. He says the moment I stop having fun is the moment I stop doing music.
And we go eat. He's a foodie too. That's our other part of our friendship is we just like to eat food.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, ciao. It's good on you.
So check it out. So if I was to give you guys a blank check, blank check to go to Guitar Center or any website, what piece of equipment or equipments would you guys purchase?
Damn, that's a good one.
I don't know. I think we already.
I get a new fucking computer because this one's being a fucking asshole lately.
It's like a 2013 iMac. It's like, what year is it this year? This year's 2023?
Yeah, I got SSD. I did do an SSD upgrade. But nonetheless, I'll get a new this because it works for what we want, but
it's fine.
Newer is always faster and better, etc. So that would be a quick one, but man, we have so many controllers and nonsense and like, look how modest he is.
Carl ahead is like, yo, we're good, bro. Don't worry about it. Just get a new iMac.
Exactly. How modest he is. It's a fictitious situation. It's like you could just name something that like we don't need to. He gave us a blank check.
It's like we don't need shit,
bro.
Damn, you guys just saved me a lot of money. What's that, like 3-4 racks?
Oh, hey, man, I would get at least bigger speakers. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Yeah, we don't need that.
I would build some into the wall.
Soffits?
Yeah.
See, I mean, if that's an option, you know, we could do some DJ lighting in here too. Actually, I would spend all of the fog machine and DJ equipment.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'd be like freestyle in here. When I hear music,
Carl's like, now you're talking my language.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll go old school. We'll just do the spinning fucking cop light and a smoke machine and a strobe light. Boom.
Hey, he went to the freestyle show. Now he's getting all kinds of crazy ideas. He's like, he wants the lighting, light floor with the cubes and shit.
Exactly.
We'll do it like Jamiroquai.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I spend it on. Boom.
We do.
All right, here goes another question. I give you guys a plane ticket.
Hey.
You could go anywhere in the world to work on an album.
Oh, nice.
Where would that destination be?
Do you have an option?
Yeah, there was that new spot in France that they got. It was the one that was in the vineyards, the one that was founded by Brad Pitt and that other dude. It's a beautiful studio. I saw pictures of it. It looks dope. But they do
I guess
like,
we'll go there.
Yeah, they do new
Good food.
recordings. Yeah, it'd be dope. Like, see what the French do is like, hey, what do you guys do with your mixing out here and something like that, or see what the Justice or what the Daft Punk does out there and see what they're up to.
Yeah, love them.
Yeah.
My adopted hometown. I mentioned I owned that label in Sicily. There's a town called Catania, and I kind of try to get there wherever and whenever I can. And so to make an album there, just because it's a different. There, bro, I get to just be myself. Like being in America, sometimes it comes out with a lot of baggage. Being like a minority, and like you're all these other things before, like you're just yourself. You know what I mean? We like to put a lot of labels on ourselves. And there, I feel like a little bit more artistically free.
Yeah.
And I have homies, like literally their profession is an impressionist or abstract muralist. Like those are their jobs. And so like in places like that, and I've been to Iceland as well, like there's only 330,000 people in Iceland. And so in Iceland, you can basically do whatever you want because there's probably no one else in your lane doing it. And if there is, there's only a few of them. And so they get to just be this odd kind of free.
Yeah.
And so I would probably go to a place where I feel like that. In Amsterdam, maybe too, just kind of.
Because of the weed.
And Amsterdam too, because I wanted to have steady access to like relatively good weed.
Or the Abbey Road in London.
You don't think in France they're gonna have some bomb ass weed?
Nah, I mean I smoked a bunch in Amsterdam, a bunch. Shout out to fucking Gray Area if you're out there. Go smoke at Gray Area. But I smoked at every shop.
I think Daft Punk gotta be on something. You know what I'm saying?
They put out that like they're on uppers, bro. I'm already too energetic. That's why I smoke weed, bro. Like they're on MDMA and all that kind of stuff. I just have to smoke weed to calm down, bro. I'm too energetic.
So, talking about all this greatness, right? And everybody getting to know Retro and Cartagena. What would you want to tell everybody that's about to watch this?
Oh man. Well, number one, I hope you enjoy what we put out at minimum, including this interview. But number two, I hope the music that we do put out resonates in a way that makes you feel something and hopefully feel good, or even if you're feeling bad, it's a cathartic because that's what good music does for me. It makes me feel, and like when it's really good, to even change my perspective on that day or even on big subjects.
Yeah.
And so if we could do anything like that, shit, that's more than I could ever do. You know, like that's like a form of immortality in a way. I'll die, but like that kind of stuff don't, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
What about you? What do you want them?
What was the thing? Is like, yeah, the bass is gonna be so low, it's gonna shake the piss out your dick. It's like,
yeah. We always joke about that.
Yeah.
We want
because
the
our bass is so fucking low, it's like it will shake the piss out your dick.
I witnessed it myself.
Exactly.
That's what I enjoyed from your guys' music. I was like, your guys' bass lines is like
bass is heavy as fuck. Yeah.
Insane, dude.
Yeah.
And that's literally what caught my attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sure the fuck did shake the piss out my dick.
Exactly. Might do a little pee-pee stain. I've been hitting right, bro. If you have your setup right at home, it should leave a little pee-pee stain if you heard one of our tracks.
Hell yeah.
Not by choice. But
I brought extra boxer briefs for tonight.
Exactly. I have a whole, pack of chonies in the right here.
Hey, he ain't lying. He has racks, and there's literally different size.
It looks like a Target
and styles of fucking underwear right there.
Pick your choice.
But yo, this is Retro and Cartagena.
Hey.
Formerly known as Retro and Cartagena.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatever you prefer.
And you guys are about to witness some amazing music being created right now when we come back.
Hey.
After these messages. And this is the motherfucking beat table with LAY. And you guys just talked to
Retro
and Cartagena.
And we'll be right back. Peace.
Later.
A few minutes later.
Yo, what up? We are back with the motherfucking beat table with LAY and Retro and Cartagena. But yo, the best part of the beat table. Yo, these fucking crazy fucking guys are about to make a sick ass beat. Let's go, baby.